Okay, good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be discussing something you all, or at least most of you, experience on a daily basis. Okay? So the first thing I want to look at is how long did it take you to get to school this morning? Okay? So let's take a look at that. So we're going to be looking at the commute times. How long did it take each of you to get to school this morning? So let's have a few volunteers. Someone tell me how long it took them to get to school. And please only answer if you took transit to get to school this morning. Okay? Yes. 5 minutes? That's pretty short. All right. What else? Yes. 35 minutes. Okay. Sounding better. Yes. An hour. Oh my gosh. Let's have one more. Just let me know how long it took you to get to school this morning. Yes, in the back. Okay, 1 hour. So the same. So it seems like it takes the majority of you a lot of time to get to school via the transit system. And in fact, this is no surprise at the moment. Okay. Now, in addition to how long it took you, I want to look at something else. For the people who answered 5 minutes, 35, 1 hour, and 1 hour, how do the trains frequently break down? So for example, when you come in the mornings and you have to get here on time, do you notice that the trains or the buses break down or stall frequently? Yes, they do. Okay. How about the person who said 35 minutes? No? Okay. For the 1 hour, first 1 hour. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And finally for the last one, in the back again. Yes. So it does break down. Okay, so we're starting to see another correlation. It seems that most people who have been on the transit system and need to get somewhere, whether it be school or work or anything, it seems like you're going to get stalled and the trains break down a lot. I myself have been a victim of this. Getting to school in the morning, you definitely have to take extra time with you. And that's time that not everybody necessarily has because you need to take into account that maybe the trains are full or even worse, they break down and then you're stuck in a tunnel for half an hour. Okay? Finally, what I want to ask you is, are you concerned with the emissions given off by transit vehicles? Like, let me put this in a bit of perspective. Um, so the reason most people would like to take a bus or a train, well, one of the reasons is because it significantly reduces the emissions as compared to taking a car, a personal vehicle. Okay, so they're already reducing their emissions. But don't buses still give off emissions? Like, for example, inner city buses, the GO buses that go from Union Station to Brampton or from Union to Hamilton, etc., don't they give off emissions? And those aren't good, right? We're trying to cut back on that, okay? Or city buses within a city, they give off emissions as well, all right? And that's why in a lot of cities you have smog. It's not just due to the cars, it's due to the buses too. And we all know that buses run mostly on diesel fuel. So that's one thing to take into perspective. Okay? So what do we know? Well, last unit we looked at Newton's first law, right? And Newton's first law told us the following. So let's write this down. Would anyone like to remind us all what was Newton's first law? You actually learned this in grade 11, so it should be a bit of a refresher. Yes. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. An object that is in motion will tend to stay in motion. Excellent. Now let me ask you another question. So then, if this is true, if an object has inertia, that's what we call it, inertia. If an object has inertia and it wants to keep doing what it's doing, why do objects stop? Anyone? Yes. Friction. Excellent. Yeah, objects slow down because of friction. Let's say I throw a ball forward, okay? So it has some momentum going forward. It has some inertia. The reason it slows down is because of friction, okay? That is the big player here, friction. That's why we lose energy. And not only here in the case of the ball rolling, but even in the case of machines, okay? Friction produces a waste of energy. It produces a lack of energy efficiency, okay? Friction can come out in the form of light, heat, sound, all of those, okay? So we see that friction definitely reduces the efficiency of a system, okay? So now here's where we move on to our next point, okay? See, you all told me how long it takes you to get to school, ranging from, well, 5 minutes, that's pretty short, but ranging anywhere from 35 minutes to an hour or more. Okay, this is pretty typical of anyone living in the GTA, for example. And we see that one of the biggest barriers to these trains is that they're really slow and they're riding on old technology. They're using rails, okay? And actually, the fact that they use rails is one of the reasons why they're so slow in the first place, because there's a huge amount of friction there. So they can't be going very fast, okay? So what if we could have a train that didn't ride on the tracks and it was floating on the tracks? That would reduce the friction a lot, okay? So this is where we're going to start talking about something called magnetic levitation trains. Okay, now this is a really good thing to have in your notebooks. So how about we do a concept map? So basically what a concept map is in the center we have our main object that we want to talk about or brainstorm about, which in this case is maglev trains, short for magnetic levitation, okay? Now what we're going to do after that is we're going to branch out. Based on what you guys already know, we're going to add details about, well, what you know, basically, what your thoughts are, okay? Like what do you already know about this subject? This will give us an excellent opportunity to clear out some misconceptions you may or may not have, and basically contribute what you already know about the subject, okay? So how about we take a few minutes and discuss that amongst your peers? Let's think, pair, share, and then we'll bring it back. Okay, everyone, let's bring it back. Let's see what you have to say and what you guys came up with. Okay, let's start with the first row right here. What did you guys come up with? Good, they're very fast. Okay, excellent. How about the row right behind you? What did you guys come up with? Good. Low friction. Great. Okay, and the row behind you guys, what did you guys come up with? Don't be shy. Just come up with whatever you